Why does Optimus Primal say? Optimus Prime isn't who he expected. Optimus Primal wasn't originally the Maximal leader. His predecessor, Apple Inc., entrusted him with the Transwarp Key and leadership. Since the Maximals are descendants of Autobots, and Optimus Prime is a Cybertronian legend, Primal admired him so much he named himself after Prime. However, when Primal finally meets his idol, he's disappointed. Why? Prime's actions have been controversial. He initially blames humans for a failed museum mission and later recklessly engages Scourge in Peru, ignoring his team and resulting in Aerozor being infected with a virus. When Optimus Prime discovers the other half of the key, he proposes a risky plan, using the key to lure Scourge into a final battle with the Terrorcons. Optimus Primal immediately opposes this idea, considering it too dangerous. Primal, who lost his mother while protecting the universe, knows the devastating consequences if the key falls into the wrong hands. Earth would face the same fate. This is why Primal believes Prime doesn't fully consider the consequences and falls short of the leader he once idolized. Why did humans agree to release the other Decepticons, but not Berserker?
I'll suck your brains.
In Transformers: The Last Knight, Megatron, aiming to strengthen his forces, captured 2 CIA agents as bargaining chips. When he requested Mohawk's release, humans quickly agreed, suggesting Mohawk's crimes were minor. However, when Megatron demanded Dreadbot's release, humans listed his serious offenses: bank robbery, assault, and multiple counts of murder, including 9 victims. Faced with such a dangerous criminal, humans initially resisted but finally agreed under Megatron's pressure, attaching a GPS tracker to Dreadbot. When Megatron asked for Nitro Zeus, humans imposed strict conditions. Nitro Zeus could not leave the area and had to remain under local government supervision. From this, it's clear that the severity of a Decepticon's crimes determined the terms of their release. So, when Megatron mentioned Berserker, humans instantly rejected the demand due to his violent nature and extensive criminal history. How did Sentinel Prime already have an Earth vehicle before arriving? The answer lies in a small but important detail. After Optimus Prime revived Sentinel with the Matrix of Leadership, you might notice something odd. Sentinel's legs initially lacked tires, meaning he hadn't scanned an Earth vehicle yet. However, once he transformed into a fire truck, tires appeared on his legs, evidence that he scanned the truck at that moment. Some might ask, where did that fire truck come from? Remember, humans had previously provided Autobots with vehicles like the Twins forms. Since the Autobots and humans were still allies at the time, it's likely the fire truck was given to Sentinel in the same way. Interestingly, the Transformers don't always retain a vehicle's original color. For example, Optimus Prime scanned a white truck in Age of Extinction, but transformed into his signature red and blue form. One lingering mystery remains. Why didn't Sentinel appear in his Cybertronian form upon arrival, like the other Autobots did when they first came to Earth? Could it be that Sentinel had secretly visited Earth before?
Why do Decepticons mostly turn into fighter jets and tanks, while Autobots mostly transform into civilian vehicles? The reasoning is straightforward. The Decepticons originate from Cybertron's military caste, engineered exclusively for warfare and conquest. By contrast, most Autobots were built as civilian Cybertronian bots. Take Ratchet, a frontline medic whose core skill is saving lives. Fan favorite Bumblebee serves as the Autobots' top scout, tasked with intelligence gathering and communications. His formidable combat prowess earns him the moniker Cybertron's Equalizer. As for their leader, Optimus Prime, he started out as an ordinary freight hauler who once admired Megatron. After witnessing Megatron's ruthless brutality, he was uplifted by Alpha Trion and inherited the Matrix of Leadership from Sentinel Prime. When Jetfire combines with him, Optimus gains epic flight upgrades, becoming the only flying Autobot without an aircraft alternate mode. However, Drift is a rare exception. The only Autobot who turns into a military helicopter defected from the Decepticons first. Why can Cogman easily break Crosshair's fingers? The secret lies in Cogman's true identity. He's an ancient headmaster, a warrior whose power rivals even the strongest leaders. Having lived on Earth for thousands of years, he is a seasoned veteran within the Transformers universe. Even Optimus Prime holds him in high regard. In the film, Cogman's compact physical appearance is merely his head, while his main body takes the form of the silver Aston Martin. This unique design helps him conserve energy and grants him superior mobility, an ideal trait for his centuries-long service to the Earl. This exclusive headmaster technology has allowed him to guard the Earl's bloodline for more than 700 years. Though the film never features him merging with his main body, relevant action toys display his complete form, equipped with a formidable longsword. Crosshair's loss also stems from his own positioning as a sharpshooter. He excels at long-distance shooting, yet struggles in close-quarters combat. He underestimated Cogman deeply, wrongly judging the small-sized warrior to be feeble, a misjudgment that directly brought about his defeat. His excessive overconfidence and insufficient preparations turned Crosshair into a sitting duck against the experienced fighter.
Why did Dino and Sideswipe mysteriously disappear? Once standout characters in the Transformers universe, they shone in the films but suddenly vanished. So, where did they go? Analyzing the plot, it's likely they both died during the Bounty Hunter lockdown. Let's first consider Sideswipe. Known for his incredible mobility, he's hard to catch. In Transformers: Age of Extinction, he stayed behind to cover the team as they retreated. When humanity allied with the lockdown, Sideswipe likely fell victim to an ambush while trying to protect his friends. Now, onto Dino. In Transformers: Dark of the Moon, the Decepticons were extremely powerful, capturing several Autobots, including Dino, who was severely injured. After a fierce battle, he disappears. When humanity betrays the Autobots again, Dino's previous injuries may have hindered his combat ability, leading to his demise. In Transformers: Age of Extinction, when Optimus Prime asks about their allies, he learns only 5 Autobots remained. If Sideswipe and Dino were alive, they would have joined him, further confirming their sacrifice.
Do you know how many Autobots defected from the Decepticons? The first one is Drift. He left Megatron without hesitation out of his immense admiration for Optimus Prime. After joining the Autobots, he became the only triple changer within the faction. The second is Sideswipe. He was accidentally reactivated by radiation from an Allspark shard, transforming from a children's toy off-road vehicle into a small Decepticon. Later, Michaela caught him stealing an Allspark shard, leaving him with an injured eye. With nowhere else to go, he had no choice but to join the Autobots. The third is Jetfire. Jetfire once served Megatronus, one of the 13 Primes. He chose to join the Autobots because he could no longer endure the tyrant's cruel and ruthless ways. To aid Optimus Prime in fighting the Decepticons, he even gave his own Allspark to Optimus, and ultimately sacrificed himself. The last one is Ironhide. It is hard to imagine that in the prequel comics, Ironhide was once a Decepticon and shared a close bond with Megatron, Starscream, and others. He eventually switched sides to the Autobots after growing disgusted with the Decepticons' actions.
Why do people say that after a fight, Hound is a ton lighter? Well, just take a look at his gear. Hound's biggest weapon is his oversized Gatling gun. With 18 barrels firing simultaneously, it can reach a firing rate of 50,000 rounds per minute, using 7.62mm bullets. His firepower is so strong that even the mighty Decepticons can hardly withstand it. On the battlefield, his firepower alone can match that of an entire squad. Not only that, but Hound's dual-barreled rifle is a force to be reckoned with. Every shot is stronger than 2, and when combined with his agile movements, he can effortlessly sweep through Decepticons. His third weapon, the 4-barrel shotgun, dominates at close range, where no Transformer can stand a chance. Even when pinned down by the enemy, Hound has a secret weapon, his cigar. Just one puff, and he can turn the tide in the most desperate situations. In addition, he wields grenades bigger than a grown man, capable of obliterating enemies with one blast. Finally, when all his ammo is spent, Hound can still engage in close combat, using his helmet as a deadly weapon. So, with all that heavy gear, it's no wonder Hound feels a ton lighter after a battle.
Why do Decepticons mostly turn into fighter jets and tanks, while Autobots mostly transform into civilian vehicles? The reasoning is straightforward. The Decepticons originate from Cybertron's military caste, engineered exclusively for warfare and conquest. By contrast, most Autobots were built as civilian Cybertronian bots. Take Ratchet, a frontline medic whose core skill is saving lives. Fan favorite Bumblebee serves as the Autobots' top scout, tasked with intelligence gathering and communications. His formidable combat prowess earns him the moniker Cybertron's Equalizer. As for their leader, Optimus Prime, he started out as an ordinary freight hauler who once admired Megatron. After witnessing Megatron's ruthless brutality, he was uplifted by Alpha Trion and inherited the matrix of leadership from Sentinel Prime. When Jetfire combines with him, Optimus gains epic flight upgrades, becoming the only flying Autobot without an aircraft alternate mode. However, Drift is a rare exception. The only Autobot who turns into a military helicopter defected from the Decepticons first. Do you know how many Autobots defected from the Decepticons? The first one is Drift. He left Megatron without hesitation out of his immense admiration for Optimus Prime. After joining the Autobots, he became the only triple changer within the faction. The second is Sideswipe. He was accidentally reactivated by radiation from an Allspark shard, transforming from a children's toy off-road vehicle into a small Decepticon. Later, Michaela caught him stealing an Allspark shard, leaving him with an injured eye. With nowhere else to go, he had no choice but to join the Autobots. The third is Jetfire. Jetfire once served Megatronus, one of the 13 Primes. He chose to join the Autobots because he could no longer endure the tyrant's cruel and ruthless ways. To aid Optimus Prime in fighting the Decepticons, he even gave his own Allspark to Optimus, and ultimately sacrificed himself. The last one is Ironhide. It is hard to imagine that in the prequel comics, Ironhide was once a Decepticon and shared a close bond with Megatron, Starscream, and others. He eventually switched sides to the Autobots after growing disgusted with the Decepticons' actions. Why do all electronic devices exposed to the Allspark's radiation turn into Decepticons, yet none become Autobots? In the Transformers films, every appliance activated by the Allspark eventually becomes a violent Decepticon that answers solely to Megatron. To understand this, we must start with Megatron, who was trapped in ice. Tens of thousands of years ago, Megatron traveled to Earth's North Pole in search of the Allspark. His craft crashed due to geomagnetic interference, leaving him frozen for nearly 10,000 years. Humans discovered his body in 1934. Afterwards, humans dissected and studied the frozen Megatron, which triggered a massive technological boom. Over the following decades, countless electronic devices were invented, and all of this technology originated from research on Megatron. In short, Megatron is the origin of all electronic machinery on Earth, a fact confirmed by the Autobots. In Transformers, Ratchet also stated that if Megatron seized the Allspark first, he would convert every machine on Earth into his Decepticon army, dooming both humans and Autobots to destruction.
Why was Cade able to block the full-force strike of a Guardian Knight? In Transformers 5, Cade Yeager manages to block a lethal strike from one of the Guardian Knights with a sword, leaving many viewers surprised. After all, Cade is just an ordinary human with no superpowers, not a superhero. So how could he withstand such a powerful attack? The answer lies not in Cade's own strength, but in the power of the talisman he possesses. Earlier in the film, Cade encounters a dying Transformer, who turns out to be the Talisman Knight. Before passing away, this knight entrusts Cade with the talisman of the Iron Knight. Although Cade frequently discards it, the talisman seems to have a life of its own, automatically returning to him whenever he loses it. Chosen by the talisman, Cade gains the ability to summon the 12 Guardian Knights. When the talisman senses danger to Cade and Optimus, it transforms into Excalibur, blocking the strike. The Guardian Knights recognize Cade as the Chosen One, halting their attack.
Do you know how powerful Drift's close combat skills are? He can defeat Bumblebee in just a few moves. Drift is one of the most unique Autobots, originally a Decepticon. He switched sides, giving him flight capabilities and making him a triple changer like the Decepticons' Shatter and Dropkick. Unlike most Transformers, Drift relies solely on melee combat without any ranged weapons. Inspired by a samurai, he uses twin swords for quick attacks and a great sword for tougher foes, with its power increasing in dangerous situations. His relentless training makes his close combat skills nearly unbeatable. Drift's rebellious nature often causes friction with teammates, but his prowess makes even Hound back down when facing his blades. Not even Bumblebee, known as Cybertron's top brawler, can handle Drift, often losing quickly in their fights. Drift's swift takedown of the Decepticon Berserker with a single flip showcases his exceptional combat abilities. During the last night, Drift was absent because he was piloting Lockdown's ship, proving he's not just a warrior, but an expert pilot too. Why did Megatron abandon his perfect Galvatron form, capable of restoring him to peak power, to revert to a battered robot? In Transformers 3, Optimus Prime decapitated Megatron, and humans used his head to create Galvatron. Unbeknownst to them, Megatron wasn't completely dead, using only the residual consciousness in his head. He took control of Galvatron's body, reviving himself in a new form. As Galvatron, Megatron had no spark, making him immune to being killed by Optimus Prime. He could even transform into particles to evade Bumblebee's attacks. However, by Transformers 5, Megatron had abandoned the Galvatron form. But why would Megatron give up such a powerful form? Firstly, Megatron is a Cybertronian supremacist who despises humans. He would never willingly continue using a body created by them. Secondly, this human-made transformation lacked a true Cybertronian soul, which likely made him a subject of ridicule among his own kind. Who has the most vehicle forms in the Transformers universe? It's Mirage, the new character introduced in Transformers 7. Mirage quickly became a fan favorite, even surpassing Bumblebee in popularity with his talkative personality and flashy abilities. In the movie, he showcases 5 different vehicle forms. First, when Noah spots him in the parking lot, Mirage is a Porsche 964. Later, while convincing Noah to help steal the Transwarp key, Mirage displays his versatility, transforming into various luxury and sports cars, even joking that Noah could sell him for cash. He then transforms into a vintage Lamborghini, a Ferrari F1 car, and an IndyCar racer. On their way to the museum, they get a warning from RC about security at the entrance. To blend in, Mirage cleverly transforms into a garbage truck to sneak inside. Before this, Noah suggested Mirage transform into something more conspicuous like a helicopter or speedboat. Their conversation hints that Mirage can theoretically transform into anything he wants. Why did Dino and Sideswipe mysteriously disappear? Once standout characters in the Transformers universe, they shone in the films but suddenly vanished. So, where did they go? Analyzing the plot, it's likely they both died during the Bounty Hunter lockdown. Let's first consider Sideswipe. Known for his incredible mobility, he's hard to catch. In Transformers: Age of Extinction, he stayed behind to cover the team as they retreated. When humanity allied with the lockdown, Sideswipe likely fell victim to an ambush while trying to protect his friends. Now, onto Dino. In Transformers: Dark of the Moon, the Decepticons were extremely powerful, capturing several Autobots, including Dino, who was severely injured. After a fierce battle, he disappears. When humanity betrays the Autobots again, Dino's previous injuries may have hindered his combat ability, leading to his demise. In Transformers: Age of Extinction, when Optimus Prime asks about their allies, he learns only 5 Autobots remained. If Sideswipe and Dino were alive, they would have joined him, further confirming their sacrifice.
9 hidden details you missed in Ready Player One. Number 1. Wade explains how the world basically went to crap after many global issues and failures, and it's clear that there's not enough space for everyone in Columbus. While this film is set in 2045, you can see that he likes to collect things from the 80s, as he puts his glasses on a lunchbox that has He-Man Masters of the Universe on it. Number 2. Wade gives us a nice introduction to the ever-expanding world of the Oasis, and he shows us some of the different worlds in the game. One of the planets that he flies by is called Ludus. This is actually a planet where people go to school online. Number 3. When Wade loads into the Oasis, he goes by the name Parzival, and we get to see some of the other characters that people load up as. There are many callbacks to some of the more popular characters from shows, movies, and video games, but you can also spot some more obscure characters such as the Battletoads. Number 4. Parzival explains that losing your money in the world of the Oasis also meant losing your money in the real world. Number 5. While Parzival's giving us the history of the Oasis, he mentions that Halliday died 5 years ago. When Halliday's memorial service happens, we see that he has 1972 quarters on his eyes. This was done because Halliday's birth year is 1972, and it's also the year that the first commercially successful video game came out, Atari's Pong. 9 hidden details you missed in Ready Player One. Number 5. Just as Mechagodzilla goes to finish off Parzival and Artemis, Dado makes his way to the battlefield. Dado decides to show up in style as he drops from a spaceship that's cruising by. The spaceship that he's riding on is the Serenity from the canceled TV series Firefly. Number 6. Parzival, Artemis, and H make their way through the race and they have to pass a theater in the city. On the billboard, you can see that it's showing Arnold Schwarzenegger's Jack Slater. This is a reference to his character in the film The Last Action Hero. Number 7. Artemis shoots out the eye of Mechagodzilla so she can get inside to Nolan, and she tosses a little ball critter inside. This little critter was actually a reference to the real-life toys called Mad Balls, and this one in particular was a Dust Brain Mad Ball. Number 8. Parzival manages to be the first person to finish the race to get the first key. Halliday's avatar meets him there to give him his next clue, and he says,
"Nice racing, Padawan. You're the first to finish."
And Halliday's reference to Padawans refers to the young trainee Jedi from Star Wars. Number 9. Parzival and H head to the shop to buy some new equipment. Parzival's excited to have some money to spend. As he runs past all of the different items and artifacts, you can see that there's a Chucky item for sale, which plays a part later in the final climax.
Which Transformers character drives the most expensive supercar? 6. Crosshair. Known for his rugged look and cautious personality, Crosshair sports a green trench coat and parachutes in battle. His alternate form is a green Corvette C7 supercar, valued at about $220,000. Number 5. Pogby. This rare Headmaster Transformer can separate his head and body, allowing for energy conservation. He transforms into an Aston Martin with a price tag around $230,000. Number 4. Dino. A quiet but fierce Autobot, Dino delivered a memorable highway chase scene in the movie. His vehicle form is a Ferrari 458 priced at around $390,000. Number 3. Lockdown. As a bounty hunter, Lockdown follows a code of for hire only. He commands a vast Cybertronian warship and drives a sleek Lamborghini Aventador worth about $640,000. Number 2. Hot Rod. Eventually destined to become the Autobot leader Rodimus Prime, Hot Rod drives a limited edition Ferrari J50 valued at an impressive $1.33 million. Number 1. Stinger. Engineered by humans, Stinger is a man-made transformer with cutting-edge tech that lets it reassemble its structure at will. Stinger's car form is the Pagani Huayra, topping the list at around $2.9 million.
9 hidden details you missed in Ready Player One. Number 1. While Artemis is finding a way to bring the barrier down, Parzival's addressing all the players in the Oasis. He pulls out a camera drone to send a message to everyone, but this is actually a Magic 8-Ball toy that's been repurposed. Number 2. While Parzival's addressing everyone in the Oasis, Dado and the others are preparing to join him on Planet Doom. If you look closely at Dado's gear, you can see that he's actually a huge Mortal Kombat fan. This plays into his avatar, which seems to be inspired by the characters in that game. Number 3. Parzival finishes his rallying speech and he waits to see who shows up to help them take down Nolan. If you check out his belt buckle while he stands there, you can see that it's actually the logo from the Thundercats. Number 4. The final battle commences and the entire world has joined Parzival on Planet Doom. While Finale is making her way through the city to find H's truck, she passes 4 kids fighting in the Oasis. And we can see that they're actually paired up as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Number 5. Parzival decides to go to the archives to study Halliday's memory a little more. He catches on to the first clue.
Backwards, really fast as we can. Really put the pedal to the metal, you know? Bill and Ted did it.
This is a reference to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure where they go back in time to finish their report.
Why is the ultimate predator even stronger than the elder predators? In The Predator, 2018, the ultimate predator comes to Earth to eliminate the fugitive predator. Standing nearly 10 feet tall, he's bigger, faster, and far more experienced. The fugitive barely puts up a fight. He gets his head smashed in and spine ripped out within seconds. The ultimate predator isn't even fully geared. No armor, barely any weapons. For comparison, Wolf, the top hunter below the elders, still brought essential gear when he visited Earth. The ultimate predator, pure confidence. After retrieving some lost tech, he slaughters a team of soldiers in seconds, tracks the fugitive's ship thanks to a boy's info, and goes on a rampage. Once the ship is found, Mission complete? Not quite. He decides to wipe out the survivors and destroy the ship to prevent humans from accessing Predator tech. Turns out, the fugitive was trying to save humanity. He brought them Predator tech to help resist an invasion. A noble act. Maybe. But sci-fi stories show us, idealists often bring destruction, not salvation.
5 hidden details you missed in Ready Player One. Number 1. To obtain the key to unlock the treasure, Wade arrives at the First Keys race event, where numerous iconic vehicles make an appearance. On one side of the track stands the V8 Interceptor from the movie Mad Max, Batmobile from the 1966 Batman film, the Mach 5 from Speed Racer, the GMC Vandura G15 from the A-Team, and the murderous Plymouth Fury from Christine. Standing nearby is Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, while behind her is Dizzy Wallen from the game Gears of War. Number 2, just before the race begins, Wade reveals his ride, a DeLorean DMC 1-2, modeled after the time-traveling car from Back to the Future, while H drives a Bigfoot based on a modified Ford F-250. Number 3, when H uses a giant wheel to launch the car ahead, observant viewers will notice a QR code on the white vehicle's body. Scanning it grants access to the Ready Player One movie homepage. Number 4, Artemis is forcibly blocked by a truck driving in reverse, the same truck driven by Jack Burton in Big Trouble in Little China. Number 5, as Wade is about to exit Chinatown, the scene cuts to a T-Rex chase sequence reminiscent of Jurassic Park, complete with a weather shift into nighttime mode as a tribute film. Did you know even Transformers can suffer severe bodily damage that injures their optical sensors and leaves them blind? During the Chicago battle in Transformers: Dark of the Moon, Optimus Prime was pinned down relentlessly by his former mentor, Sentinel Prime, with a blade and shield. He lost one arm to the slash and was inches away from being killed on the spot. It was only Megatron's sudden last-minute intervention that saved Optimus's life. As soon as Megatron arrived, he unleashed his full fury, taking out all his pent-up resentment on Sentinel Prime. By the time Optimus finished off Megatron and turned his attention back, Sentinel had been blinded from Megatron's brutal beating. The old Prime could only pick up on Optimus's impending kill strike by listening to the pump action rack of the shotgun. When Optimus leveled the firearm at Sentinel's head, the fallen leader twisted his head to beg for mercy in the exact opposite direction of the barrel. Optimus stood on his left, yet Sentinel craned toward his right. It's clear just how viciously Megatron had beaten him. 5 hidden details you missed in Ready Player One. Number 1, Wade just started the game, and Atticus from Forces of War appeared on the bridge. On the other side, there were Hello Kitty and her old friend, the Big-Eyed Frog and the cool Penguin. In the distance were the Nether Legion fanatics from StarCraft II, and beside them was the character Casey Cage from Mortal Kombat. Number 2, after Wade logged in, he called his good buddy H. At this moment, H was fighting to destroy the planet, and his opponent was the destroying dude. He was holding a rocket launcher. Number 3, the Oasis. As long as your skills are excellent, you can collect gold coins and equipment and become a strong player. But if you are killed, your equipment will be cleared and your gold coins will be reset to 0, and everything will start over again. At this time, the poster behind the little girl is the arcade version of Donkey Kong 2. Number 4, while Wade was looking for his friend H, he arrived at the dystopian star. At this moment, the background swept over the new versions of Leonardo and Raphael from the 2014 movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Age. And on the other side was the Blue Beetle from DC. A guy in the crowd wearing a yellow protective suit and a red shirt was exactly Dr. Brown from Back to the Future. Number 5, Halidi unfortunately passed away in 2015. This video is filled with Star Trek Easter eggs. Flowers and stained glass windows form the logo of the Starfleet. Even the coffin is the style used by Risbach for his burial in Star Trek II: Wrath of the Khan.
Why do some say humans and xenomorphs are half-siblings? Billions of years ago, an engineer on Earth drank a mysterious black liquid. His body quickly decayed, DNA breaking down as he collapsed into a river. That genetic material seeded life on Earth, leading eventually to humans. But here's the twist. That same black liquid wasn't just a tool for creation, it was a bioweapon. In Prometheus, the android David slips some into a drink, which the male lead, Holloway, unknowingly consumes. His body mutates, and after an intimate moment with Dr. Shaw, she's mysteriously pregnant, despite being infertile. David explains, since Shaw didn't drink the black liquid directly, the resulting creature developed using her female DNA, resulting in a squid-like embryo. She later removes it surgically, but the creature survives. And when it attacks and infects an engineer, the first xenomorph-like being is born. It's not yet the perfect killer, but the horror has begun. Because if humans came from engineered DNA, then the xenomorph is our twisted cousin.
Five Easter eggs you may not know in Ready Player One. Number 1, Samantha was forcibly abducted by IOI. The pattern on her vest was the Pulse Wave cover of the album Unknown Pirates, released by Joy Avision in 1979. And this pattern remains a fashion icon to this day. Number 2, Wade ran toward H's vehicle. Unexpectedly, the drones dispatched by IOI identified him the moment he drew near the car. Take a close look at this moment. The graphic printed on H's car comes from the 1,975 Dungeons & Dragons module, Tomb of Horrors. Patched onto H's jacket are badges featuring the Wonder Woman logo and references to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Number 3, the whiteboard behind the think tank is covered with locations that serve as Easter eggs. These include Isengard from The Lord of the Rings, Hyrule from the game The Legend of Zelda, and Hogwarts from the Harry Potter franchise. Number 4, to make sure no other players could harass him, Sorrento ordered Irok to activate the Orb of Osovox. This incantation was recited by the wizard Merlin in the 1981 film The Sword in the Stone. Number 5. As Sorrento logged out of the Oasis and returned to reality, someone snatched off his gaming goggles. It turned out to be Wade and Dido. They pointed guns at Sorrento and forced him to reveal Samantha's whereabouts. Notice the posture the two use while interrogating Sorrento, which pays homage to a scene from the movie Pulp Fiction. 5 Easter eggs you didn't know about Ready Player One. Number 1. Wade arrives at the Oasis library, where he is greeted by the librarian, Arthur Treacher's character from Thank You for Smoking. Number 2. Wade takes off his glasses, ready to return to the Oasis. Notably, he wears a Casio CA53W calculator. Watch the same model worn by Walter White in Breaking Bad. Number 3. As Wade watches the video, game posters on the wall include one for The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, and another for Mortal Kombat. A quick cut reveals a poster for Galaga. The t-shirt Harry Halliday is wearing features the iconic design from the game Space Invaders. Number 4. After clearing the first level, Wade reaches the final destination, Bethesda Fountain in New York City's Central Park. Number 5. After winning the game, Wade not only gains a massive fan following, but also receives a reward of 100,000 gold coins. He immediately heads to the marketplace to go shopping. His first purchase is the Holy Hand Grenade from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The sword beside it, combined with the Blizzard logo below, is almost certainly Frosty. The shopping street also sells merchandise related to Borderlands, Halo, Overwatch, Dungeons & Dragons. Finally, Wade buys a Zemeckis Rubik's Cube named after Robert Zemeckis, director of Back to the Future. 5 Easter eggs you didn't know about Ready Player One. Number 1, Nolan Sorrento, the boss of IOI, tried to log into the Oasis. Unable to remember his password, he wrote it down on a note as B055man69, which stands for Boss Man. Number 2, after entering the Oasis, Sorrento sported curly hair on his forehead, resembling an evil version of Superman. He aimed to seize the forbidden item, the Orb of Osovox. Shaped like a 2-0-sided die, its storage box was modeled after Gizmo's container from Gremlins. Number 3, Wade returned to the Halliday Journals where Batman Arkham Knight appeared. The first character to spot him was Beetlejuice from the movie of the same name. Then came Supergirl from Injustice, Gods Among Us, Murloc from World of Warcraft, and Dizzy Wallen from Gears of War. Also present were DC heroes Blue Beetle and Batgirl, Villain Atrocitus from Green Lantern, as well as Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. Number 4, having gained widespread fame, Wade was given a disguise glasses by Art3 Mist to slip away from the interview. The glasses are identical to those Clark Kent uses to conceal his identity as Superman. Number 5, as Wade fled the crowd, Nico from Battleborn appeared behind him, while Benedict from the same game stood behind Art3 Mist. 5 Easter eggs you didn't know about Ready Player One. Number 1, when Wade is surrounded by the crowd, Goro from the game Mortal Kombat picks Wade up and takes him to an empty room. This scene is a tribute to a classic clip from the movie Alien. Number Number 2, when Wade goes to Halliday's memory chamber to study clues for the second challenge, an Antec Mini Skeleton 90 can be seen in Halliday's office. There is a DJI drone in the upper left room, and an Alienware laptop on the desktop. Number 3, when Wade arrives at the tavern for the appointment, you can spot DC's Deathstroke as soon as he shows up. On the dance floor, there's a player wearing N7 armor from Mass Effect, a person with Devo Band's Energy Dome, a figure looking like Blastoise from Pokemon, as well as Katana from Mortal Kombat. Number 4, when Wade and Art3 miswalk to the center of the dance, Wade performs a dance in the style of Saturday Night Fever, which draws everyone's attention. DC's Joker and Harley Quinn are among the crowd. Number 5, Wade accidentally blurts out his real name in the game. At that moment, members of IOI break in and launch an attack immediately. Art3 Miss then picks up the M41, a pulse rifle from Alien. 4 Easter eggs about The Shining in Ready Player One. Number 1, to find clues for the keys, Wade goes back to the archive and asks the curator for the movie Halliday watched on his date. Unexpectedly, the film Halliday chose back then turns out to be The Shining. Here we can see that Ready Player One transforms the Overlook Hotel from The Shining into a movie theater. When they enter the theater, the eerie synthesizer music playing in the background is exactly the original opening score of The Shining, which instantly gives the audience the creeps. Number 2, lured by a rolling ball, X walks to the elevator entrance and runs into a pair of twin girls. They are none other than the Grady sisters from The Shining. Number 3, while running away, H accidentally hides in a bathroom, the famous green room from The Shining. He thinks he has safely escaped the danger, only to find a completely naked woman at the back of the bathroom. This scene also references the bathing woman in The Shining. The only difference is that the full nude shot is visible in Shining, while it is not shown in Ready Player One. I was so annoyed that I went back and watched The Shining all over again. Number 4, right before H is attacked by the evil spirit, Artemis pulls him out of the illusion just in time. As they flee, the tricycle ridden by Danny in The Shining appears in the corridor. Do you know who Optimus Prime's biggest fan is in the Transformers franchise?
Let's roll.
In Transformers: Age of Extinction, when Optimus Prime rejoins the Autobots, Drift executes an aerial roll before touching down. He then salutes Optimus with the highest samurai fist and palm gesture, a sincere display of reverence and allegiance to a mighty warrior. Drift originally hailed from the Decepticons, marked by a rebellious streak and an arrogant demeanor. After switching sides to the Autobots, he never thought much of anyone else, whether it was the heavily armed Hound or the capable Bumblebee. Sharp and boastful by nature, he reserved all his wholehearted devotion and admiration solely for Optimus Prime. He even refers to Optimus exclusively as Sir, a one-of-a-kind nickname seen nowhere else across the entire film series. This special title carries 2 layers of deep respect. It acknowledges Optimus as a wise mentor who imparts wisdom while also honoring him as a brilliant, powerful leader. As a devotee of martial arts, Drift swears fealty only to genuine powerhouses. He holds immense admiration for Optimus, who tamed the Dinobots, hangs on every word of Optimus's speeches, and wholeheartedly stands behind his beliefs. At the end of the day, Drift defected from the Decepticons purely because he was utterly captivated by Optimus's unparalleled leadership and magnetic personality. As he himself put it, Optimus possesses a charisma that compels others to lay down their lives for him. Without a shadow of a doubt, Drift earns the title of Optimus Prime's #1 fan. Why was Optimus Prime frozen solid by frigid temperatures at the opening of Transformers: The Last Night? Could it be that he slipped into stasis after draining all his energon reserves? Not exactly. After saving Earth in Transformers: Age of Extinction, Optimus stowed the seed away securely before setting a course for Cybertron to track down his creators. Mid-voyage, he put a logically sound travel plan into action. He cranked his flight speed up to maximum power, then shut down all thrusters to drift through space via pure inertia for 3 full years. Macroscopic friction is virtually non-existent across outer space, and this 3-year span lines up perfectly with the story gap between the 4th and 5th Transformers installments. What made Optimus confident he'd reach Cybertron even with his thrusters powered off? the odds of randomly drifting across the cosmos and stumbling onto his homeworld are astronomically low. To pull this off, Optimus locked onto Cybertron's coordinates in advance, accelerated to top speed, and then entered stasis lockdown. Barring collisions with celestial bodies or interstellar debris, his frame would keep gliding at a constant inertial pace, only jolting awake if an impact with some cosmic object jarred his systems.
Hidden details you missed in The Truman Show. First, a bottle of vitamin D always sits on Truman's breakfast table. Though it seems trivial, it carries profound implications. Ordinary people produce vitamin D naturally from sunlight and have no need for daily supplements. Truman, however, has spent his entire life inside a massive studio with no real sunshine. The sun he sees is nothing more than a light fixture. This bottle of vitamins is an unintended clue left by the crew that reveals the truth. Second, Truman heads out for work as usual and greets his neighbors warmly. Just as he is about to get in his car, a metal object plummets from the sky. Upon closer inspection, it turns out to be a spotlight marked with the word Sirius. This is no random marking. Sirius refers to the Dog Star, the first white dwarf ever observed by humans and the brightest star in the night sky. Yet here, it is reduced to a mere light bulb. With this shot, the director lays bare a harsh truth. The sky above Truman is completely fake.
5 fun facts you didn't know in Ready Player One. Number 1, after Wade left home, in this scene, the grandma is wearing a t-shirt with the cover of the Police Band's Syncopation album printed on it. This is a reference to music from the 1980s. Number 2, on Wade's backpack, we can see the logo of Oasis developers, the logo of Dungeons and Dragons, and the game character of Hanadi, simply called Anorak, Ano-G. Number 3, when Wade entered his container and was about to land and enter Oasis, you could see that game toys from the 1980s were scattered all over the container. There was an 80 Schwinn bicycle. On the wall, there were 1,982 Batman sticks. Below the place where the glasses were placed was the toy box of the cosmic giant Shaman. And there were also Pop Rocks blueberry-flavored gummy candies in the packaging of the fast food brand Calzone. Number 4, Wade entered Oasis, and the camera focused on this fantastical virtual world. The first thing that caught the eye was the pixelated worlds of the classic game Minecraft. Number 5, Wade entered Oasis floating in a tornado, and there was a house in the sky, which was Gale's home in The Wizard of Oz. Then you could see the Peterbilt 379 truck, which is the prototype car of Transformers Optimus Prime. 5 Easter eggs you didn't know about Ready Player One. Number 1, Wade arrives at the Oasis library, where he is greeted by the librarian Arthur Treacher's character from Thank You for Smoking. Number 2, Wade takes off his glasses, ready to return to the Oasis. Notably, he wears a Casio CA53W calculator. Watch the same model worn by Walter White in Breaking Bad. Number 3, as Wade watches the video, game posters on the wall include one for The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, and another for Mortal Kombat. A quick cut reveals a poster for Galaga. The t-shirt Harry Halliday is wearing features the iconic design from the game Space Invaders. Number 4, after clearing the first level, Wade reaches the final destination, Bethesda Fountain in New York City's Central Park. Number 5, after winning the game, Wade not only gains a massive fan following, but also receives a reward of 100,000 gold coins. He immediately heads to the marketplace to go shopping. His first purchase is the Holy Hand Grenade from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The sword beside it, combined with the Blizzard logo below, is almost certainly frosted. The shopping street also sells merchandise related to Borderlands, Halo, Overwatch, Dungeons and Dragons. Finally, Wade buys a Zemeckis Rubik's Cube named after Robert Zemeckis, director of Back to the Future.
Why is the xenomorph considered the perfect organism? Because every part of its existence is optimized for survival. First, its life cycle is terrifyingly efficient. The egg can lie dormant for thousands of years, waiting patiently for a host. Once a potential host is near, the egg instantly activates, releasing a facehugger with nearly a 100% success rate of implantation. Inside the host, it bypasses immune defenses and quickly evolves using the host's DNA, adapting perfectly to its environment. Second, the xenomorph is built for both offense and defense. Its acidic blood can burn through most materials. Its physical strength and agility rival that of a predator, and it can even withstand many human-made weapons. And it's not just a brute. It can hunt, ambush, and even learn from its encounters. But what truly sets it apart? It feels no fear, no emotion, no hesitation, only the instinct to survive and multiply. With no morality to hold it back, it becomes the ultimate predator. As one character in Alien put it, no conscience, no remorse. It's the perfect organism.
While Unicron never assumes a humanoid form. As a planet-sized primordial arch-nemesis equal in standing to Primus, why does Unicron exclusively appear as a spherical celestial body throughout the film? Were he to shift into humanoid form, a mere snap of his fingers would reduce every Autobot and Maximals to ash in an instant. First, Unicron's combat prowess does not necessarily surpass his planetary state after transforming into a humanoid. His spherical body functions as an impenetrable mobile planetary fortress and the core foundation that has sustained him across eons of cosmic travel by devouring celestial bodies. Second, this choice ties to Unicron's core scheme. Obsessed with seizing the transwarp key to open interdimensional rifts across space-time, he dispatches his Terracon army to Earth to claim the relic. Once in possession of the transwarp, he can break free from temporal confinement and feast freely on resource-rich planets throughout the cosmos. Third, limitations stem from character positioning and production budget. Though Unicron serves as the hidden final antagonist in Transformers Rise of the Beasts, the movie's narrative and character development center entirely on Skurd. Compounded by constrained production fund, even AirRaiser never receives an on-screen humanoid transformation in the feature, so the studio opted against allocating extra capital to build a massive humanoid CGI model for Unicron.
9 hidden details you missed in Ready Player One. Number 1. The spell used from the orb is from Excalibur, and its modern Gaelic translates to Serpent's Breath, Charm of Death and Life, Thy Omen of Making. Number 2. After Parzival collects all the keys and passes the final test, Halliday reveals his childhood room with all of his prized possessions. You can also see some of the other games that were options for the final Atari Challenge, which Halliday held records in, such as Joust as a poster on the wall. Another reason the Sixers thought that Joust was the game to unlock the Easter egg is the egg seen on the cover. Number 3. Parzival finally gets to see what Halliday was like as a child, and he looks about the same as you'd imagine. It's also clear why Mechagodzilla was an option to buy as a vehicle in the game, seeing how he has a Godzilla figure sitting on his TV here while he's playing games. Number 4. Nolan runs the van down in the stacks where he blew up Parzival's aunt, and the community stands with him against Nolan. You can see that someone's a huge fan of Artemis here as well, since they have a cardboard sign in their window that says, Artemis Forever. Number 5. After getting Artemis out of the Oasis, Parzival decides to take out as many Sixers as he can in one hit. He pulls out the Holy Hand Grenade, and this item was actually taken from the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch was mentioned.
What makes the Offspring different from a regular xenomorph? First, the Offspring is a human-alien hybrid. Unlike normal mothers, the Offspring's host secretes a gray-black sticky mucus instead of milk. At birth, the Offspring looks strikingly like a human newborn, but with eyes covered in black matter, and quickly gains independent mobility, growing at an astonishing rate. Second, the Offspring's body is slender and deformed, with the upper torso bent to the right, combining traits from xenomorphs, humans, and engineers. Its face shows expressive features with metallic shining teeth and a retractable toothed tongue used for feeding and attacking. It has fewer ribs than humans, short dorsal tubes on its back, long slender arms with sharp claws, and a long tail. Additionally, the Offspring's skin is less durable than a traditional xenomorph's exoskeleton. Quickly damaged in space environments, but able to heal rapidly thanks to a high metabolism. Behaviorally, it is more selfish and ruthless than typical xenomorphs.
Who's the most powerful species in the alien universe? 5. The Xenomorphs. Despite their terrifying appearance, Xenomorphs rank lowest. They're ferocious and adaptable, but lack intelligence or technology. According to the Kardashev scale of civilization, they don't even reach Type 1. They're closer to wild beasts. 4. Modern humans. Humans sit around Type 0.75. Though weak physically, their intelligence and sheer persistence in war give them an edge. We've survived and thrived through countless conflicts. Against Xenomorphs, humans win in strategy and coordination. 3. Predators. This warrior race reached interstellar travel after defeating a more advanced species. Though not exactly geniuses, but they hunt for sport across galaxies. 2. The Engineers. These godlike beings have mastered genetics, lived for hundreds of thousands of years, and seeded life across the stars. Their creation of humans was likely a failed experiment. Earth was just a lab, and cleanup followed. 1. The Deacon species. The Deacon is worshipped as a god by the engineers, so just how powerful must a god's god be? In Prometheus, the only trace of it is a mural, but its design resembles a proto-xenomorph.
5 hidden details you missed in Ready Player One. Number 1. After Wade enters the game, the skiing race scene on the mountain pays tribute to the game Extreme Kingdom. Number 2. This scene contains a double version of the Batman Easter egg. The one climbing the mountain is Adam West's version of Batman, but he is wearing Michael Keaton's version of the Batman suit. Number 3. When Wade arrives at the central square of Oasis, you can see the one-eyed giant from the movie Sinbad, The 7 Voyages of Sinbad, the scientist created by Dr. Frankenstein and DC's Flash. Here's Rash and Fong from the game Ninja Frog and the Mechanical Cop Murphy. In the distance is Orlandi from the game Born to Fight. Number 4. The protagonist Wade's ID name in the game is Parsifal, a name from the Round Table Knights in the Arthurian legend. His character has a knight sword attached to his back, symbolizing his determination to discover the Harrody Easter egg. Number 5. The characters queuing up at the portal in the scene are Sonic the Hedgehog, Catwoman from DC Comics, Widowmaker from Overwatch, and Nightwing from Batman Arkham Knight.
9 hidden details you missed in Ready Player One. Number 5. Halliday searches his childhood room for the Easter egg to give to Parzival. The 80s movie references are all over inside the room, and a second Mad Max reference is made as the name on the bottom of the paper attached to his childhood desk. Number 6. Parzival says his goodbye to Halliday and he comes back to the real world in the postal van. Inside H's van, you can see that she has a sticker on the wall that says, "Be Giant." This ties into her actions earlier when she became the Iron Giant for the final battle on Planet Doom. Number 7. Og shows up with lawyers to go over the important changes with Wade winning the entire company. Wade says,
"I'm splitting it with my clan. We're gonna run things together."
And Og is emotional about this because it's what he had always wanted to do with Halliday when they were younger. Number 8. Wade and his clan run the Oasis now that they own it, and he gives us a rundown of all the changes that they made. In his new apartment, you can see that he has an arcade cabinet of Space Invaders, and this is the same game that we saw on Halliday's shirt throughout the entire movie. Number 9. Wade's happy to have his alone time with Samantha since they decided to close the Oasis 2 days a week. The nerdiness is clear in this apartment, but there haven't been too many Star Wars references considering everything else seen. Yet there's still an R2-D2 statue seen sitting against the wall.
Why is Nitro Zeus the only Decepticon who can coexist peacefully with humans?
Nitro Zeus. Baby, free at last. Thank Megatron, I'm free at last.
Unlike the cold and ruthless Shockwave whom he resembles, Nitro Zeus has an entirely different personality. Upon arriving on Earth, he had no record of harming humans. However, his status as a Decepticon led to his capture by anti-Transformer forces. While other Decepticons were tortured and restrained, Nitro Zeus moved freely within the prison, even chatting with guards. When Megatron took 2 high-ranking human officials hostage to negotiate for the release of his allies, Nitro Zeus was among those set free. Transforming into a Swedish fighter jet, he joined Megatron in pursuing the Autobots. During an intense battle in a small town, Autobots and Dinobots retaliated fiercely, resulting in heavy losses for the Decepticons. Only Nitro Zeus managed to escape with Megatron later. Nitro Zeus launched missiles that incapacitated Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, aiding Megatron and reclaiming the staff in the final showdown. Megatron was defeated by Optimus, while Nitro Zeus was ultimately taken down by Bumblebee with a precise shot to the head. 5 hidden details you miss it in Ready Player One. Number 1. When Wade drives into town, King Kong appears atop the Empire State Building, recreating the iconic scene from the 1,933 film times King Kong. Number 2. Just as Artemis is about to fall into a game trap, Wade yanks her off the motorcycle. This evasive maneuver mirrors the famous bullet dodging moment from Times the Matrix. Number 3. The motorcycle Artemis rides is modeled after Kaneda's red bike from the animated film times Akira, and its body is covered in Easter egg decals featuring Hello Kitty, Pac-Man Girl, and Wonder Woman logos. Her maneuver through the truck also pays homage to classic scenes from multiple films. Number 4. When Artemis removes her helmet, Ace Chemical Plant is visible in the background, a nod to DC Comics lore, where the Joker famously fell into a chemical vat there. Number 5. To get Artemis's attention, Wade asks his best friend Acha to help fix her bike. When they arrive at Acha's garage, the car behind the door is from Time's Pee-wee's Big Adventure, while the figure standing in the center of the room is the Iron Giant.
20 facts you didn't know about Ready Player One. Number 1. When Halliday and Morrow are talking about the date with Kira, you can see that Halliday is working on room 237 of The Shining. Number 2. The spaceship that you see Dado flying in the end is actually the Serenity from the cult classic show, Firefly. Number 3. The scene where the Iron Giant falls into lava while giving a thumbs up is a reference to Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Number 4. The pistol that Parzival uses to get Artemis out of the game is the same one used in Battlestar Galactica. Number 5. In the end, Samantha's the only character who Parzival calls by her real name in the real world, even after meeting everyone else. Number 6. Parzival's belt is in the style of Han Solo's belt, and the buckle can be seen to be the logo for the Thundercats. Number 7. The semi-truck scene blocking the road during the first race is the same one seen in Big Trouble in Little China. Number 8. The box that can be seen holding the Orb of Ozovox is actually the same one that Gizmo is seen inside of in Gremlins. Number 9. The pop culture experts who help Sorrento are called oologists, and this is an actual scientist that studies and collects bird eggs. Number 10. There's a reference to Steven Spielberg's other film, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, as a poster can be seen in Halliday's room. 9 Easter eggs you missed in Ready Player One. Number 5. While Wade receives the extra life token from the curator in the film, in the books, he got it by winning a hidden arcade version of Pac-Man. Number 6. Artemis teams up with H to take down Mechagodzilla, and she shows her face to him for the first time. This is the first time in the movie where Artemis's avatar matches her in real life, as her birthmark seen on the right side of her face when she faces it. Number 7. Parzival, Artemis, and H make their way through the race and they have to pass a theater in the city. On the billboard, you can see that it's showing Arnold Schwarzenegger as Jack Slater. This is a reference to his character in the film The Last Action Hero. Number 8. Artemis has to find a weapon to take down IROC, and she cycles through her personal inventory. The weapon that she ends up settling on is called the Mark II Lancer, which was a classic weapon in the Gears of War's video game series. Number 9. H manages to help everyone make it over the river of lava, but she doesn't make it in the end. H's Iron Giant ends up falling and drowning in the river of lava, but not before being able to give the rest of the crew a thumbs up, which is a reference to Terminator 2 Judgment Day, where Arnold's character does the same.
Heartbreaking details in Interstellar that almost nobody talks about. First, on Miller's planet, you can constantly hear a ticking sound in the background score. Each tick is exactly 1.25 seconds apart. Because the planet is so close to a black hole, every hour spent there equals 7 years back on Earth. If you do the math, each single tick actually represents an entire day passing on Earth. In other words, every tick you hear is 24 hours of someone's life gone forever. Nolan uses this incredibly simple yet brutal detail to make you actually feel the weight of time. That's why when Cooper finally sees his daughter Murph again, she's an old woman with gray hair, while he's barely aged at all. And when father and daughter hold hands one last time, that scene absolutely wrecked audiences around the world. Second, the opening dust storm scene is one of the most iconic moments in the entire movie. Most people assume it was created with visual effects, but it actually wasn't. A lot of those shots were inspired by the 2012 documentary The Dust Bowl, and the scary part, it's based on a real disaster. Back in the 1930s, massive dust storms devastated the American Midwest. Farmland was destroyed, crops failed, and entire communities suffered. Nolan brought this real piece of history into a futuristic setting to make viewers feel like this wasn't some random sci-fi fantasy. It was a warning about something that could happen again. What's even crazier is that the flying dust in the movie wasn't mostly made with CGI. The crew used powerful wind machines to blast specially designed particles into the air and filmed it practically on set. That commitment to practical effects is classic Nolan. If it can be filmed for real, he'd rather do that than rely entirely on computers. And that endless cornfield, you probably thought that was CGI too. Nope, the production team actually planted it themselves. Over 3,000 acres of corn after filming Wrapped. Nolan even sold the corn and made back part of the movie's production costs. Heartbreaking details in Interstellar that most people completely missed. First, in the cornfield scene, Cooper takes Murph and Tom to chase down that drone. At first, it just looks like some random low-flying aircraft, but in reality, it's being pulled toward Cooper's farm because of a mysterious gravity anomaly. And here's the crazy part. Every single shot of that drone flying was filmed for real. No CGI. Yep, Nolan actually used a real drone and practical camera work. He wanted as much of the movie as possible to feel authentic. Pretty wild when you realize one of the coolest shots in the film wasn't created on a computer. But that's only the beginning. A few minutes later, Cooper takes Murph to school, and there's a tiny detail hidden in plain sight. Did you notice the math worksheet? It shows the number 5, but there are actually 6 lines drawn. Seems insignificant, right? Not at all. That quick shot is quietly telling us that the education system in this world is broken. Students are being taught inaccurate information, not because of a mistake, but because society has completely changed. In the future of Interstellar, education is no longer focused on science, exploration, or innovation. Everything revolves around one goal: producing more farmers. In fact, the teachers even discourage Cooper's son Tom from thinking about college at all.
Okay, well right now, we don't need more engineers. We didn't run out of television screens and planes. We ran out of food. The world needs farmers. Good farmers like you and Tom.
Uneducated farmers.
We're a caretaker generation, Coop.
Even more ridiculous, they actually tell the kids that the Apollo moon landings were fake.
You don't believe we went to the moon?
I believe it was a brilliant piece of propaganda that the Soviets bankrupted themselves, pouring resources into rockets and other useless machines.
Useless machines.
And if we don't want a repeat of the excess and wastefulness of the 20th century, then we need to teach our kids about this planet, not tales of leaving it.
The whole point is to make kids give up on their dreams, accept their role as farmers, and focus on working the land instead of dreaming about going to space. And those drawings of tractors hanging on the classroom wall, that's the biggest clue. In this future society, scientists aren't what people need anymore. Workers are. On the surface, it just feels like world building. But Nolan is actually making a statement about the real world. When a society becomes focused only on survival, people stop looking beyond tomorrow. They stop dreaming, they stop exploring, and they stop reaching for the stars. That's why the most terrifying part of Interstellar isn't the dying planet. It's the idea that humanity could lose the courage to imagine a future worth exploring.